Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafts with Kim. Today I'm going to show you how I use this house shadow box to make this little cute little thing today. I don't know what to call it, but I just cut out some scrapbook paper that I had and Mod Podged it inside, and then I'm going to take these stickers that I showed you in my haul yesterday and how I put them on the house to make some dimension. And basically you just cut them out and they peel off, and they have these really sticky back, so when you place them it really stays. And so I'm gonna do that on the whole outside of this house, and you'll see me there was like a little extra one, so that was kind of perfect, so I put it onto the missing spot there. And so then I just continue cutting out these little stickers into the strip and just placing them on the other side of the shadow box, and just gonna measure. And the good thing about these is that if you end up cutting too many, it's very easy to cut the other one off. But I will say that they are really great because once you get them placed and you really push them down, they stick and they do not come off. So it's nice when you do the crafting with them. Next, I'm just taking the other ones that I showed you yesterday and putting them on the others on the long sides of the shadow box. And I just like doing this because it adds a lot of dimension to the craft, and you'll see that once we paint them and I get these all on. They're really easy to use as well. You don't have to they're very easy to cut off, very easy to tear off, and they are just so simple to use, and it does add a lot of dimension to any project. Make sure that you do get these when you're at the Dollar Tree. They have so many different designs and so many different stickers that you can definitely use. I will say at the Dollar Tree, stickers are a fantastic find because they can be used for so many things. I hope that you're enjoying the music that is on today. It just gives I think it just gives the video a little more. If you think so, if you want me to continue to have the music in the background, just let me know. And if you don't, then let me know in the comments below as well. And if you like what you see, all the crafts that we're doing today, I'm only showing you 2 today, but if you do like them, make sure that you like, because that really helps my channel to grow. Alright, so now we have the stickers pretty much on, and I'm just placing this last one and making sure that it's all the way to the edge like how I want it, and then just pushing down on it to make sure that it sticks like I did on all the other sides. Just looking to make sure that it's all how I want it. And like I said, once you do push them down, they're pretty much on there. You can also take them off if you didn't like it, but I just like how secure they are. Now we're going to take some antique white from Apple Barrel, and I'm just going to paint the sides of the house, and also paint those I'm getting to the end of that. I need to buy some more because I use it quite a bit. So now we're just going to paint the sides of the house Sorry that I'm out of the camera. I do move it so you can see. So I just kind of basically quickly brush it because I like how it already looks on the side to have like some of it come out, but I just quickly paint it. And you don't have to worry about the back side, but if you definitely want to paint it, you can. Where I'm going to display these, I don't really need to paint the back side. So once we get all of the paint on, and I'm going to do that on each of the sides, and then just quickly brush it on, like I said. Also make sure that you do get the side, there's like a little lip kind of like, or the edge of it. Just make sure that you get that as well. I really love these shadow boxes that you can get at Dollar Tree because you can do so many things with them, and you can also create a lot of things. And a lot of times the back actually comes off pretty easily. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but you can just pop that off, and then you can create other things with it as well. Or you can heat up that sticker that's on the back of it and to be able to get that off, or use Goo Gone to get it off. And you can use that side as well instead of using the shadow box, which I've seen a lot of crafters do that as well. I just decided to do the using as the shadow box. You just want to make sure that you get all of the side. I think I ended up actually painting the back side, but I didn't show you that on video just because I didn't like how I kind of made it a mess back there, but that's all right. So just want to make sure that you get everything and do it how you like it. If you wanted it to be more clean and not so quickly brushed, then you can definitely do that. I am now, well, I guess I'm getting some more antique white because I ran out. But, so now I'm going to paint those, the stickers. Now you'll see this really transform and add a lot of dimension. I really love how this looks. But you want to make sure that you kind of stipple it, however you say that, kind of on, so that you can get in between all of the little creases of the stickers and all of the like the little space in between, because there is a little bit of a space in between, but you just kind of stipple it on. And these brushes that I'm using today are actually my husband bought for me at Walmart. It was a package of, I forget how many came in it, but it was quite a bit. I think I have them here. I think that I can see them kind of close by. So they came with 25 paintbrushes, and it's like all media artist packed, and it really I really like the variety of brushes that it comes, but definitely check those out when you're at Walmart if you need some new brushes. I mean, I like my Dollar Tree brushes too, but sometimes I like to explore other kinds of brushes as well. And the one thing that I really like about this is that I put 2 different types of stickers on that, so it gives you kind of different dimension all the way around the whole entire shadow box. If you wanted to, you could use the same stickers all around the whole shadow box, but I just chose not to because I like how that looks. And the paint really does cover them pretty well. You may have to go over them just a couple times, but it does cover it pretty quickly. And plus, I'm gonna be showing you how I make it even a little more dimension and have the shape of the sticker come out a little more in just a little bit once I finish getting all of the paint on. You just gotta make sure that you really get all the nooks and crannies of it, so that way you don't see any of the sticker color coming out. It does take a lot of time to get them all covered, but you will definitely like the end results. At least I did. So now I bought these letters at Walmart. They were in the Valentine's section. They're like little Scrabble letters. Sorry, I dropped that one. But they're just like little Scrabble letters, like I said. You can use these with so many projects. I have used them quite a few times. So I tried to write family, but it wasn't going to fit across. So you will see where I ended up choosing, I believe, home, but I believe it was home. I just didn't think that family would fit across there afterwards, after I kind of thought about it, but that's all right. So I am going to place it down at the bottom just because the paper was a little bit short. I ended up cutting off too much, but that's okay. That's why I decided to put letters on the bottom. There's where family didn't fit. So I was thinking for a moment, what am I going to put? And then I believe this is where I put home. After I look through all of the letters. And I always place them first before I actually end up gluing them down, because you never know. It's just a good idea to do because you don't want to mess up your project by doing one little mistake of not trying it out first. We've all been there, done that, I'm sure. So it fits nicely. So now I'm going to get my glue gun, or no, I'm going to get a heart. I bought these little wooden heart stickers and I really love them. I was going to use just the plain wooden heart, and I was like, well, I'm not sure if I like that, but I believe I change it. Actually, I end up changing it twice, I believe. But now I'm hot gluing down the home with the little stickers. With the little Scrabble letters, excuse me. And then just kind of push them down and make sure that they are secure in there. See, it does look cute with a little wooden heart, but I kind of wanted it to look a little different. So I think I was gonna paint it that green, like the greenish colored in there, but then it blended in too much. Well, I did end up painting it that color, but I ended up not liking that because it kind of blended way too much into the paper. And so I changed it, I believe, to just having it to be one of those little pink hearts. But these wooden hearts are so cute and so easy to paint. So if you definitely find these at Dollar Tree, you should pick them up because you can use them for other projects as well, not just for Valentine's Day. But typically that's when they come out, obviously. There's me getting a couple of my new paintbrushes, and it does paint pretty quickly, and I just put like a thin layer on there, but like I said, I ended up not using this part, but I'll save it for a different project. I'm sorry that if you hear any background noise, everybody is home today, so we just had a blizzard yesterday, so everybody was out clearing up the snow and all of that, so you may hear some noise in the background. So I apologize about that, but that is just how it is, and that's life. So the sticker thing sometimes doesn't stick on the back of the sticker after you take it off sometimes, so you may have to put hot glue back on it. But I ended up taking that out, like I said, because I didn't like it. So then I just grabbed one of those little pink wooden hearts that's already painted, and that looks much better. But this is how you determine on what you like. You never know unless you try. So now this is where I get my burnt umber paint, and this is where it really starts to show a lot of dimension. I really like using this color. It kind of reminds me of the Waverly wax that a lot of people use. I tend to stick to the apple barrel just because that's what I have, and a lot of times my Walmart does not have a lot of the different paints to choose from. So I kind of just dry brush all of the sides of the shadow box as well. If you get it too dark in some spots, you can definitely fix it. You don't need to worry about that because you can always go over it with the antique white again, and it covers it right up, which I believe you see me doing that because I kind of got heavy-handed with the dry brushing on the top of the house. I like how the style is because I like that fits in my style, but if you don't like the dry brushing, then you don't need to do it. But I just like how it looks, and it kind of just goes with my decor. But look, check out those the dimension that comes out when you start putting that dry brush on those stickers. I just love it. I think that it really does add so much to your projects. So you should definitely check out stickers when you're at the Dollar Tree. It makes a huge difference. And for $1.25 to get a package of stickers, that's pretty cheap. And they have so many different kinds of stickers that you can use to make dimension on any of your projects. So I'm going to just continue dry brushing on all of them. And I'm also going to dry brush on the home as well. I just like it because they were a little bit shiny and kind of plain. So I just put some of that dry brush over it and on the bottom as well. So I really hope you like this project today. And it was really fun to do, and I love how the dimension of the stickers comes out, obviously. And it's so easy to make something look so much better than what it was. Just before, it was just a plain little shadow box, and I believe that it had like cactuses on the inside. It just was not my style, but it doesn't take much or very much money to make something look more homey, I guess. I don't know. It's just more my style. And you can use this. I am displaying it for Valentine's Day, but you can definitely use it for, you could use it year round if you wanted it. It's not too Valentine-y. And I really love that scrapbook paper. I don't know where I got it. I think that my mother-in-law might have gave me it, but I'm not sure. Because she gives me extra scrapbooking paper sometimes. And see, I was showing you how I can fix it because I was a little heavy-handed on that. I also ended up, I believe, adding a bow to the top because I think that it needed a little something on the top. So I just stole a bow from one of my other projects. I stink at making bows, so I tend to use already pre-made bows because they look so much better than mine. Sometimes I can make bows and other times I can't, but I just like how other people's bows turn out. So any chance I have to reuse a bow from something, I definitely do that. It's such a cute little raffia bow, and then I just hot glue. And I believe I place it on the top of the roof, kind of like off to the side. I'll be showing you how that came out in just a moment. It just adds a little more to it, just making sure that it's on there. And then I grab my bucket of buttons and I find this cute little button. I love crafting with buttons, and Dollar Tree has a lot of those as well. And I just place it right in the middle of the bow. And voila! I really like how this came out, and I hope that you make one as well and turn it into yours. But I just really like it. It's gonna look great on my shelf. So the next project that we're doing is I have these tea towels that I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I just thought, hey, I could make a little pillow with it. So that's what we're doing today, and it's called a NoSew Pillow. These are the best pillows ever because I am not a sewer. So they're just easy little pillows to make. And so basically you just fold the tea towel in half and you hot glue the sides, and you just kind of push along the sides and kind of push down on the glue, and just make sure that, really, I probably should have ironed this, but I didn't. So I made it work, and it's just simple, and I love making these because they're just so simple to make and easy. And I loved this print of tea towel. It had the little bicycle with the heart and the little basket in the front of it. It just is making a great little pillow. I think I needed to get more glue sticks because I was running out of glue sticks and I didn't realize that, so that's why I was doing. Sorry, I was out of the frame, but you just have to glue just a tiny bit more, and you just want to make sure that you push down on it. Make sure you're using those finger protectors. You don't want to burn your finger because it hurts, and I managed to burn my finger regardless of whether I have them on. I should probably wear them on every single finger, including my thumb, because I just burn myself every time. But we're just going to hot glue both sides, and this side I ended up just hot gluing just part of it, just because it's easier that way to do partial instead of gluing the whole side like I did on the other side. Learn from your mistakes, right? So you just want to make sure you get it right on all of the seams. And you want to make sure you put quite a bit of hot glue, just so because that way it will hold it together a lot better. And just push down, and it dries pretty quickly. Well, we all know how long it takes hot glue to dry, but so now I am using an old pillow that I had, and I'm just using the fill from an old pillow that I had. Sorry, I had to adjust my camera. It was sliding down because I hit it. So then when you're putting this polyfill in, you want to make sure that you push it right into the corners and get it really in there. If you're using like, sometimes if you're making like a bigger pillow, you can use like something to push it into the corners, like either a paint stick or whatever you kind of have. Sometimes I use a paintbrush to do that, just the end, like using it backwards and pushing it up into the corners to make sure that it gets really filled. This is a great way to use up any pillow, like old pillows that get, that you no longer want to be using. And I just thought this would be really cute, and it's a good display for Valentine's Day. And I love these tea towels that they have. Really sorry about my camera. I must have kept hitting it, but that's all right. So I love how it's coming out. And as you're putting the fill in, you want to make sure that you stretch it out and kind of really get it into all of the corners and everything like that. And you want to spread it, kind of like pull it apart and put it into there. And you want to make sure that you get it as even as you possibly can to make the pillow even, so it's not so lumpy. So sometimes this takes time to get it all in there, but you will love the end result, because I just think that these are so cute and so simple to do. And as we keep filling, you want to make sure, like I said, to make sure that you push it right up into the corners. And that is what I'm doing here, just to make sure that it's, even into the corners. And it really does not take that much of polyfill to put in there, like from one of the pillows. But if you didn't have the polyfill, you can use anything, like old cloth, old other things that you may have laying around. I even saw that someone had used newspaper to fill it. It's just not fluffy. It's more like squishy, so that's not something that I would want to probably fill with it. But like once you get all of the fill in that you think that it's filled to your liking and squishy, or however you want it, if it's to your liking, you want to start hot gluing the bottom. So you're gonna have to do this in little increments, because you need to like pull it, because now that it's a little stretched out, it's a little harder to get it. So you want to just kind of do little bits at a time, and just kind of pull the top to reach the bottom. And you kind of have to keep squishing in the polyfill, because it'll try to sneak out. And if you got hot glue on it, it's not going to make a huge difference, but it just kind of makes a mess if you do end up getting the hot glue on there. So I'm going to continue hot gluing all the way until we get to the end. And if you have any spots, like you'll want to, after you get done gluing the bottom, you'll want to go along the edges and make sure that there's not any holes. And if there is, you can easily hot glue that. And before I totally seal it up, I just make sure that it's to my liking and I have enough polyfill in there, enough cushion to make it look how I like it. Sometimes some people want it to be more filled, but this is how I ended up liking it, and I think that it came out great. So you just have to kind of pull and stretch it all when you get to the end, because it kind of wants to bunch up. But if you pull and squish it, and then I kind of just go around the pillow and make sure that the fill is all completely in it, and make sure that it's to your liking. I really love how this came out. And like I said, if there is any holes, like right there, I saw one, you just add a little more hot glue, and there you go, and squish it down. So I ended up thinking that I needed to put something on each of the edges on this pillow just because it was kind of plain. So I ended up making tassels, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit how I made tassels. I really liked it. I guess I didn't show you how I made the tassels, but I ended up making tassels. Basically, you just wrap it around your hand a few times, tie it off, and then I also used some of the wooden hearts on here as well. And I just love how all these projects came out today, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And just remember to always like and subscribe and hit the bell, and you will be notified when I upload a video. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.